Hello, my name is Nika. Today I'm going to discuss population assessment of tobacco and health study, relationship between BMI and tobacco use. Empirical findings show that tobacco smoking is associated with reduced BMI, while smoking cessation is linked to higher BMI. However, the primary effect of tobacco smoking and cessation on weight improvement seems minimal. Based on the inconclusive relationship between weight, BMI, and tobacco use, there are research gaps to complete. PATH study is one of the research projects that assess tobacco use's effect on Americans' health. PATH study started in 2013 and remains the most extensive tobacco research effort conducted by the FDA and the National Institutes of Health. We have the following research questions. Question number 1. What is the primary effect of tobacco use on BMI concerning old, male, and non-Hispanic white race? We hypothesize that tobacco usage reduces the BMI of old, male, and non-Hispanic white individuals. Question number 2. What is the primary effect of ever using tobacco on BMI in relation to age groups and gender? We hypothesize that tobacco usage reduces the BMI of individuals from all age groups and gender. The third question is about the effect of ever combining tobacco, drugs, alcohol, and marijuana on BMI concerning age groups and gender. In that case, we hypothesize that using tobacco, drugs, alcohol, and marijuana reduces the BMI of individuals from all age groups and gender. Descriptive statistics were conducted to find the mean, standard deviations, and other range statistics. In addition, we conducted bivariate Pearson correlation tests between BMI and tobacco use, age, gender, and race. The univariate and bivariate analyses were essential for assessing the relationship between the dependent and independent variables. For data analysis, we performed ordinary least square analysis, multiple regression analysis, additionally analyzing model assumptions, residuals versus fitted plot. The likelihood test using ANOVA was conducted to conduct model comparisons among models. A Pearson correlation was conducted to examine the relationship between the dependent and independent variables. Pearson correlation is a form of bivariate analysis that entails the analysis of the relationship between two variables. On the other hand, univariate analysis entails the analysis of a variable. It measures the direction and strength of a linear relationship between two variables. For this study, we record race so that non-Hispanic white becomes the reference group, assigning it a value of 1, and the other races 0. Table 1 presents a statistical summary of the selected variables and correlation findings. The average BMI was 22.55 and the maximum was 16. The correlation part shows values of calculated Pearson correlation coefficients between BMI and tobacco use, male, old, and non-Hispanic white race. From the result, the correlation coefficient between BMI and ever tobacco use, male, old, and non-Hispanic white were 0.09, 0.001, 0.17, and 0.08 respectively. The results depict a very weak positive relationship and imply an increase in tobacco usage increases at BMI, which contradicts empirical findings. We conducted a multiple linear regression to predict the impact of smoking tobacco on the BMI of individuals of different ages, gender, and race. A significant regression equation was found. The result is statistically significant because the p-value is less than 0.05. We reject the null hypothesis and conclude that tobacco usage reduces the BMI of individuals of different ages, gender, and race. We can see that linearity is normal because all predictors are categorical. Variables are independent of each other. We have a good plot, which means that residuals bounce randomly around the line, residuals form a horizontal band around the line, there are no outliers. Figure 2 presents residuals, fitted values, and normal QQ plot. The residual plot shows a moderately constant distribution of held values, depicting that homoscedasticity is met. On the other hand, the normal QQ plot illustrates a linear distribution describing normality through a few points slightly deviate at the lower and upper tail, signifying minor deviation from normality. Figure 1 shows the distribution of BMI with a bell-shaped curve. Through the right score is evident. Table 2 shows the coefficients and p-values for measuring direction, magnitude of relationship, and statistically significant outcome. All the predictor variables have positive magnitude signs except male interaction between ever tobacco use, old alcohol, and marijuana. Results indicated a significant interaction between tobacco use and age with a p-value less than 0.05. However, interaction between tobacco use and gender showed non-significant outcome with p-value 0.46. Additionally, using tobacco, drugs, alcohol, and marijuana on BMI revealed statistically non-significant results. The advantages of the study regarding the analytical approach revolve around the model and significant predictors. The use of multiple regression analysis and Pearson correlation tests was essential for assessing the relationship between tobacco use and BMI about other predictors. The findings showed statistically significant effects between the variables, depicting a rejection of null hypothesis. Hence, we conclude that smoking tobacco's direct impact on BMI reduces the amount. The limitation of the study is relying on already collected data, which is likely to have response bias based on the original author's manipulation. As a conclusion, the study showed that tobacco usage's primary effect on BMI is inconsistent because some relationships showed a reduction while others showed an increase. Thank you for watching my video.